Yo, what is good? So, this weekend is a special matchup because Joe Pyfer is finally in a main event against Jack Hermansson. And I didn't know who Joe Pyfer was until his last outing, where he took on a very scary looking judo champion. And I was actually thinking that he was not going to make it because I've seen what his opponent could do. And then I saw him eclipse this guy like he was nothing. So, obviously, he needs to step up in competition. I was thinking he would be the perfect matchup for Bo Nickel. But I think Bo Nickel needs to fight a couple who's who's right now because we're looking at who Bo's fought. And he's obviously shown his skills, but is he just fighting tin cans? I'm not too sure. I don't want to put that label on there. I don't want to underestimate Bo Nickel. He's obviously a phenomenal wrestler. He's obviously got some striking angles and capabilities. But Joe Pyfer is something else. And him fighting Jack Hermansson right now is the perfect proving ground for Joe. Because I want to see Joe win, and I want to see Bo Nickel win a few fights. And then I want to see these guys clash when they have enough hype and they're up in the rankings. Or when one of them's on their way down because they've hit a wall. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. I know the scape of the top fives of the middleweights, the gatekeepers, the champion, obviously, that they have to face down. And I have high hopes, though, because Jack Hermansson, although he does get the better of some people, he's still got merit. But that means that he's no tin can that Joe Pyfer could just stepping stone into the top 10 or the top 5 by any means necessary. Because I would look at that fight as, okay, well, who else is he going to fight and possibly go short against? Because if Joe Pyfer can steamroll through Jack Hermansson in 1 or 2 rounds, I definitely think he'd be ready to take on someone like Jared Cannonier if he wants to fast-track himself to the title. But does he want a fight with Bo Nickel first, or does he want a title fight? I don't know. The contenders at middleweight are getting scarier. I think 185 is now having its resurgence. But, beating Jack Hermansson or finishing him will definitely look good because then he means business. He belongs in there with the top guys at middleweight. You know that he's definitely going to be going after someone like Marvin Vettori, Jared Cannonier, maybe Sean Strickland. Who knows? If he fights Sean Strickland or someone like that and beats him, definitely a title shot on the line. But I like where this guy's coming from because he's not even opening his mouth a whole lot. I mean, I am listening to some of his media days and stuff like that, and he does seem to be wearing the sunglasses and everything like that from what I'm seeing, and he does seem to be becoming a different person. I hope that doesn't change his fighting style. Because after he beat that judo champion, he was letting it be known that he came from nothing, and you can't let where you come from dictate who you are. So he's highly inspirational, and he's a more clean-cut version of Sean Strickland, right? And, man, this is nerve-wracking, and I hope he wins because I don't know. He might fall short. He could always get humbled. Who knows? But if he gets humbled, he might bounce back. But I'm just seeing this guy on the move, and I'm wondering why isn't he getting as much publicity as someone like Bo Nickel? Because he's fought more merited fighters at middleweight so far. But I think the future is just going to tell the whole thing. I don't know how tomorrow night's going to go, but I am really rooting for Joe at this point because I want to see him thrown into the mix. I think he'd be a very good addition to the top 5s. I know some guys that he could face after Jack Hermansson. But I think it's highly likely that he beats Jack Hermansson, and I hope I'm right because I just want to see this guy continue pushing forward. Now I want to see Bo Nickel win his fight. And then when they're in the top contender area, that's a matchup to make. Because then Joe Pyfer could be a bigger hype train. Clash of the hype trains. But that's my ramble for this dude. I'm sounding like a total fanboy at this point because I am a fan of this guy. I'm a fan of seeing what he's done so far and what he will continue to do in the future. But that's all I got to say about that. What I hope is that he wins. And who knows? He's going to be taking on some heavy hitters, and he continues to evolve and get better and not get a big head. He's going to go far. And he might be a future title contender. But that's all I got to say about Joe. I'm rooting for this guy 100%. Peace out.